Welcome back to the show, everybody. As you see on the title, well, I haven't decided yet. We're getting rid of our boat, our duck boat, or we're getting a new duck boat. Potato, but welcome back to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed that last episode with Elliot from Freelance Duck Hunting. I think it was a really good conversation. But, so 2 or 3 weeks ago, I posted on Instagram on the story that we were selling our duck boat. Put a picture up of it. Put the price.
The link to the
the
video.
link to the video to watch, and a few details, times, whatever on it. That's actually what I need to mention too. And my DM started blowing up, and I took it off. I called Tom. I was like, "Oh, dude, I can't handle these questions." Like, freaking out. Like,
Selling something online, like Facebook or Instagram or anything, it's
because
pretty annoying.
yeah, and it was all emotional type. I thought you liked the duck boat. And if anybody that's listens to this said all that, I'm not trying to offend anybody. It was just kind of like, you got to look from my point of view. I guess I should have known better. I kind of mentioned it to you before that might happen. I said, well, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Which, hindsight,
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I did, because there's a guy.
Bad thing.
It's not. I just knew it was only on there for 2 hours, and I don't know how many messages I had. And I said, I got Tom's like, take it down. We don't have to have that to sell it. It just was another avenue to sell the boat. So we took it down. But our Gator Tail 1754 40 horse EFI electronically fuel injected duck boat, a 2021, is for sale. Just letting anybody know that, and we have it listed for 24 right now, right? 24,000. And there's a guy pretty serious that might be reaching out today. So I don't know, by the time you listen to this, I don't know. But if anybody is out there that is interested, we're going to give you all the details of why we're doing it. Just stay tuned. Don't start emailing me before this episode is over or DMing me. Hear us out on this episode. Just say if you were looking for a duck boat and you're kind of California, Nevada, Oregon, somewhere close. But it's really not just for selling that we're doing this. We're just explaining to people why when they see us getting another one. I know we're still going to have a ton of questions.
Well, yeah, when they see a different boat, I'm sure people are still going to
YouTube people are different than
DM or comment, whatever.
Yeah, and it's totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I love this podcast platform. It gives us a little outlet to get some information out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we are getting rid of our Gator Tail. We'll go into what we're getting later, and we're selling the boat. It's for sale right now. And then we're gonna let's go into right now what we like about our Gator Tail.
Well, before we start listing stuff, why don't we answer the main question everyone probably has in their brain is, why are you selling your boat?
Well, let's do the other way, because I already have it. I already have the notes down.
So you're gonna make them wait.
I'm gonna make them wait.
All right. I tried,
Hey, I'm
guys.
not trying to torture. I'm not trying to torture anybody, but
So
I guess we can. It's
we
fine.
want to list
Let's go
differences
ahead.
now.
Let's go ahead. No, I was just gonna talk about what we liked about our Gator Tail. Announce what we're gonna get and why we're switching.
Okay, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
follow the plan. Stay on path.
Stay the course.
Stay the course.
I'm not trying to cause any suspense. That's how I wrote it down. Kind of follows each other. But what we like about the Gator Tail?
Honestly, there's not anything that I specifically hate or don't like.
It's not even why we're getting rid of it.
That don't even have anything to do with it, really. Anybody who's seen the video or watched any YouTube videos or whatever can see it's fairly basic. I think it's fairly basic.
Mm-hmm. We did that on purpose.
We got a couple options, but we didn't go way overboard on the boat. So what I forgot already. You said what we don't like or what we
what we like about it. I mean,
what we do like.
I
tell you right now,
you can give what you'd like and don't
I
like.
love the HydroTurf on it.
Oh yeah.
I think if you don't get HydroTurf on any kind of boat like that, no matter what brand, man, I kind of think you're making a mistake because in the summer it's not hot. In the winter, we've had it in frozen water, frozen ice, and it's like the grooves in it and the way that the surface on it. I've never slipped in that boat, even with ice. Getting water in and out of the boat with ice freezing. I've never slipped in there. Jumped off it, jump on it. I mean, you're being careful, but the surface that puts on there and the noise reduction and just everything, it's priceless. I love it. I love the HydroTurf. I would not get one without it. I mean, everything worked good on the boat. I'd say specifically things that I thought, wow, yeah, I like that. I want to do that again. I mean, I really liked the motor. I really liked the motor.
Very reliable.
Yeah, not one issue ever. I mean, I know it's fairly new.
Yeah, that's the thing is people aren't saying it's new.
And I think there's what 100 hours. Close
just
to
about,
just
it's like 97 or something. I think I need to go check. But.
So there's not a ton of hours, but I mean, so easy to maintain, so basic,
easy to work on.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, man, not one problem at all. So I really love the motor. Love the design of it.
Yeah. Like the front deck, yeah, just
the
everything
timber
about
deck.
The timber deck in the back is really nice because it's big and really plenty of room to stand on, dog to get up on. You can stand up very comfortably. You're not worried about having to step off or fall off. And like you said, the maintenance. I mean, you said you just what did you say about the motor? You said it's reliable, but to work on, it is.
Everything's right there.
We're not mechanics by any stretch of the means, but it's easy to do.
Anybody can.
Yeah, anybody can.
Anybody can do it. That's probably
really
main
low
thing
maintenance too. It's low maintenance, really is. And we didn't soup anything up.
Yeah, we left the stock.
And when you start doing that, I know stuff starts going wrong. We didn't feel no need to do that. No. It's just get us point A to point B, and by that fact, actually, dude, I'll say this: what I liked about it is the speed. I don't feel like I need speed, but I don't want to be putting along because when we tried to put 4 dudes in it, that was not cush.
Yeah,
that thing, 12 miles an hour. You going from me and you, full load and Rocky, full decoys, gear, guns, everything. We're hitting 30 pretty easy when you trim.
Yeah,
right.
And that was with a little bit bigger. That was a 2-blade prop. It was a little bit bigger than the stock one. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, motor was solid on that thing.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. I mean,
there's not a lot to go on about. I mean, it's just like you said, we stayed simple because we didn't want to waste money and make it expensive. Here's the thing, that was our first duck boat. And I remember us sitting in the gym multiple times saying, do we really think we're going to use it enough to justify having one? Maybe that's just what I was saying, but when we knew we went in together, we're splitting the payment, and it's like, can we justify this? And then what I think I said, I think I threw the number out. I'll be shocked if we use it like 15 times this season. That was after we already ordered it. And I can tell you we used a lot more days than that. And it's changed our game.
We used a lot more this season than last, I think, too.
With the floodwaters was really a big factor in that.
First season we used it. We used it definitely. That it was worth it, but definitely went out more this year. Yeah. So. And
it just skyrocketed our hunting possibilities. I mean, a lot more opportunities, a lot easier to get away from people. I mean, this is me talking as a guy we didn't have no duck boat experience before. It's just like, wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're unlimited on which days you can go hunt. It opens up areas that you couldn't go if you didn't have a boat. So I mean, it's if you're if you really want to duck hunt a lot, I mean, it's like a no-brainer, honestly.
Anything you didn't like with the Gator Tail? We had it so simple. Oh, I'll tell you. Go. Actually, let me go.
Go ahead.
That gun box in the back, I just don't. It's not truly a gun box. You could stick a gun in there if you don't put it in a case. But if you put it in a case, it's not fitting in there. It's too shallow. I like sitting on it. I like putting stuff in there. I like putting maybe the paperwork and putting flashlights and gloves. And I do like it for that. I'm not saying I don't like it, It's just, it was, to me, it's supposed to be a gun box. I don't think I would consider it a gun box.
Mm-hmm. Just the box itself in general. I don't think it's as good as it could be. I think it could be a little deeper. I think it could be a little wider, because there's like 4 to 5 inches on each side that's like unused, and like you said, you can't put a gun in there with the case. If you could put at least 2 guns in there in their cases, and you would have room for other stuff, even sticking guns in there, but you can't the way it is right now. And you could fix that problem by just getting another like storage box. Like I know some guys
we talked about doing that.
Have a side storage box. One thing to think about on that is Gator Tail does have their bar in the middle of the floor that sticks up. I don't know how far it sticks up, but the support bar, I know there's a right name for it. I don't know what it is, but crossbar, yeah, so whatever, cross member, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they make some
was ever too annoyed for that.
I'm just saying,
right?
I don't know if they make a box that sits up above that bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people that have the flat floor, it sits on the floor and can bolt down to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could work around that, but it would be nice if that box was just a little bit bigger. Other things,
it made it tough to get in to work on stuff in the back too.
Yeah,
you could take it off though; it's easy to remove. I took it off.
Yeah, no. Other things, the fuel tank. There's one fuel tank. Not necessarily bad, but like, it could be better. The tank could be better, I think, as far as pulling it out to fill it or to check your level or, just whatever. Like I don't know how far into this you want to get, but like other places you can get 2 fuel tanks. And, benefit of that is if you're on your one tank and you run out, like it's time you need to head back. You know what I mean? Once you switch your tank. Versus a large flat tank, and it's always kind of deceptive, like how much fuel do I have left type of deal.
Do you still believe that's 13 gallons? I don't. I never have.
No, I don't. I think the most we've ever put in there at a time was like 7 or 8, but it looked like it was about bone dry. I don't know. The tank says 13.
There's no way. It is what it is. I wish we would have just really checked it. It says 13 on the deal. But I'm telling you right now, when you see 1 inch left in there, it's not a good feeling. And we get back and we go to the gas station, fill it up, and it, like you said, it only takes like 8 gallons. And you're like, I'm thinking that thing's at 10.
Well, the other thing too is it sits.
Which, by the way, it does last a long time. It's
it does. It sits at an angle, so like even if you fill it like to the brim or whatever. You have to have on the cap, you have to have that little air breather open. So if you fill it up to the very, very top, a little bit of fuel will come out of that air breather because it's at an angle, the way the tank sits.
Yeah.
Another thing is the tank sits up underneath the front deck, which they all do that. But one thing that's kind of annoying, and I guess there's ways around it, but one thing that's kind of annoying, if you're carrying a lot of decoys, you got 4 or 5 dozen decoys, they're usually towards the front of the boat. And sometimes like it'll cover your fuel tank up. So like you got to chuck these decoys to fill your tank or to check how much fuel you got left. I know when it's like 10 degrees and windy.
I think they're most all like that though. So
no,
it's kind of...
I know. I'm just saying that's something just to think about as far as if you want to, where to set your, boat up to where you're going to put your decoys. Like I know you could put racks or some guys can move the decoys back, whatever. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
But we were on stuff we didn't like, right?
No, I was just saying I never said what we didn't like. I was just, I did ask you that. Well, I guess we were done with what we liked. I mean, it's just, it's a good tool.
You complained one time about the automatic bilge.
Yes. Which you can put a manual bilge in there but it came with a automatic. I don't like that because if it was raining all night, even if you had your plug out and it was raining hard enough, which I've had that happen, it ran all night and it ended up frying the bilge. Did we put a manual bilge in there now? I don't think it runs without.
No, it's automatic.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard that thing run.
Mm-hmm.
What's the water and anything in there? But I know it works.
Yeah, so we had to replace the bilge because one night it just ran all night. So I think it just fried up.
And then
it was easy to change. That's the other thing too.
Dude,
it's like everything ridiculous. On the
and
boat
cheap
is easy to
and
change.
Cheap.
Yeah,
the prop easy, super easy, and we have a setup to where we had just the breaker bar, the nut, super easy. Or like even if me and Harrison did this one day, we got some wound up in some netting that came off and got under there. Mm-hmm. Literally. He was already in the water, so he took it. I put it in drive, and it's off, battery's off. Put it in forward, so it locks it, right? Mm-hmm. He loosened up, spun it, so he didn't take it all the way off, so we don't lose the nut. Slid it back, pulled off the netting, cut it off with his knife, slid it back on, tightened it, done. Mm-hmm. I mean, it literally took 1 minute. Mm-hmm. Just everything to do on those is quick, easy, and it really don't cost much. Mm-hmm. I mean, to fix or replace anything. Another thing that went out, I don't know how that happened, but the little light, the nav light, the rear nav light, the white one, which is not really called a nav light. Those are in the front. I can't remember what that one's called. I think it's your anchor light, they call it, or something like that. But anyways, it's the white one in the back. That got cracked or something, and that's just for abuse. I mean, we must have stood on it or something because it lays down. And Thomas, you change that out. So easy. I mean, unscrew off the thing, unplug the thing, replace it, stick it back on, plug it back in, and done. I don't remember what that cost, $80 or something for that. Done. So, I mean, the boat's in great condition. We took care of it. I never felt like we abused anything. I don't really know how you could. I don't know what you'd be, I guess, jumping over logs, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. We never did nothing like that. So the worst thing that we've ever done is maybe hit a rock bar in the river on plane, which still skipped over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in the water. I mean, you won't ever know it's there, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, but yeah, we've never had any issues. I mean, I definitely there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Everything's in working condition. It's great. It's a great boat. Honestly, we'll go into what's going on because there's really no reason for us to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, there has to be a good reason, and we're going to tell you what that is. So I guess we'll go ahead and announce why we're getting rid of it, what even caused this, because it really wasn't even in our minds. Actually, it wasn't in our minds, right? To get rid of it. Mm-mm. And we're going to announce that we are getting a Prodrive, and we are switching over to Prodrive, not because we think they're better or anything. We've never had one. Mm-hmm. I've been in them, been around them. And so I guess this goes right into why we're switching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why we're switching is a friend of mine, KP, is one of the owners. I don't know if it's his older brother or what. I always thought KP was the main owner, and maybe he is. Maybe I don't know. I think him and his brother are partners still, unless his older brother sold out. But his older brother has been in this longer. You can watch some videos on YouTube that give the history and stuff. It's pretty good. But KP told a friend of mine, like, hey, I'd really like to see those guys in a Prodrive. I didn't know, I guess he said he had watched our videos, knew about us, liked our videos, liked us and as people, I guess, and said, man, I'd really like to see them. I'll give them a good deal if they switch over to Prodrive. And so it was a really good deal. And because we went so basic on the Gator Tail, we knew, right? Mm-hmm. Don't you feel like we knew what we wanted to add in that we didn't have? Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with anything bad against Gator Tail. Didn't like it. Has nothing to do with that. We went really basic, which I think that was a pretty smart move of us, right? Like, when you're young and you're 16, you go with everything, and then we're older and wiser now. It's like, I don't need that. I don't need that. Let's go basic, see what we do want. And that's what we're doing on this one is we're getting the little things, not a whole crazy lot. I don't feel like, but we're filling in the voids where we talked about it after 2 seasons and thought we could use this.
Well, I mean, obviously working with Prodrive is a big factor, right? I mean, because like we said, I can't look at the boat and be like, oh, I want to get rid of this. This is a piece of junk. We've put the boat to good use. I mean, we've had a lot of success in the boat, so it's like it's nothing against that. We've made, like you said, some little tweaks to the boat that we think that we'd like, better. But
and we'll go into that.
And the other thing is, how can you say, oh, this is the best, this is my favorite, I like this the best, if you've never had the other,
never tried
companies, the other brands. Yeah. You don't have any experience, so you don't know what you're talking about. We don't 100% know how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, they're relatively basic boats, right? I mean, there's gonna be a lot of similarities. It's not like it's a completely different machine. There's obviously differences in the motors, and we've chosen differences on the boat itself, the hull and all that. But I mean, they're both flat bottom aluminum boats. They're duck boats. You want to start going into the different options that we
not quite yet, because why we're switching, another couple of reasons is like the relationship factor. How do I say this? I guess I should have spent more time thinking about how I want to say this, because I'm a guy, because obviously I do all the, I don't know what the right term is, talking to people, and I don't reach out, right? Yeah. I don't go chasing people down.
The PR, the public relations.
Yeah, I'm the PR guy in the team. Which is funny, because I think sometimes Thomas is probably better at it. It's just not, I just don't think, I don't know. It's not really, this whole thing was never your thing, so you're not going to go do that. And no one's going to contact you, because it's not all your emails, your DMs, all that stuff. So it just falls by default. It's not a big deal. But anyways, Thomas is a good schmoozer, I think. He can wine him and dine him. But anyways, the relationship, and again, we don't know this is going to be closer, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Really don't, because he's putting our trust in us. We're putting our trust in him, and we want to build that relationship. It's got to start from somewhere. Great guys at Gator Tail. People that I've worked with. Bubba's an awesome dude. I could call that guy anytime, and he would help with anything.
I'd love to hunt with him.
Oh, I'd love to hunt with him. Funny guy, cool guy, nice guy. Did our walkthrough with us, answered calls.
Very experienced.
Very good. Yeah.
Very experienced.
Good duck hunter, too. You should see his trophy room there at Gator Tail. So, Bubba, his name's slipping me. There's Jared Serenade, which he's not with them no more, but he's kind of the one that brought the relationship to fruition. Ricky Nicholas with 24/7 Hunt, I don't know what his title with them is now. He's moved into kind of up position with them. Great guys. We've had them on the podcast. We talked to them. Good friends, But this is how best I'll say it. It just wasn't really a working relationship. It wasn't like
involved.
There you go. I don't know, for lack of any other term. It just, and there's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't, I'm not expecting something. I'm like, those guys felt this or that. No, it's just super busy people. They got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So that's just business.
The timing is right. I mean, like you said, we went basic. Yeah. So there's a couple things we would enjoy to have different. And there was never really any talk of moving forward as far as getting a different boat through Gator Tail and working a deal out.
Honestly, if I called them, maybe there would be. I don't know. But I don't know. When someone's seeking you out and they really want to, it's like, why not give it a shot? I don't know. They're beautiful. I mean, Prodrive's beautiful boats too. Now, to me, I know we'll probably get mixed thoughts on this because if anybody out there's had both, it's like Ford and Chevy and Ram and all these other things, right? Oh, don't get that. I've heard so much. If you go online, you can find tons of forums.
Yeah, you'll find what you want to find.
You'll find what you want to find.
Yeah.
So I know we're going to get mixed feelings on it. I don't want to just skip through this part too fast because I'm ready to go in the details, but I'm just trying to say everything. And I know we're going to get that. And I guess I got my own thoughts too. Is this going to be as reliable? Is working with KP going to be great? See, we've already had talks about doing some hunts together. And I like that stuff. Kids are in there doing karaoke. Oh my goodness.
They're belting it.
Dude, I need to text Sarah and say,
knock, 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 quiet down. Yeah.
Sorry, I got to text my wife. Tell girls to stop karaoke. It's not 5 o'clock yet, is it? And so that's what I'm looking for. And again, I wouldn't have left if he wouldn't have reached out to us, but I'm excited about this. I really am. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get to know those guys. Be on the old Prodrive team. Maybe we'll go back to Gator Tail. I have no idea. What does it matter? I mean, seriously, what does it matter? So I don't know. That's probably, I guess, all I need to say about that. I'm excited about it. Appreciate KP reaching out to us. Dude, it's been a breeze working with them. For really nice front office. The lady, Susie, that's doing the stuff, super nice. Really, really nice. Good about the paperwork. Actually, the boat is done. And we're fixing to meet halfway in Albuquerque, New Mexico here in a few weeks. Pick her up. Can't wait to get it. And hopefully our boat sells between now and then. We've got someone really, really interested. Might happen today as this podcast posts. But I don't know. I think there's nothing else. Relationship. I'll just end it with that. Relationship to me is a big factor. So I'm excited about that. Who knows where this could lead? And I feel like there's room for growth.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like
you never know. Making new relationships, and like you said, there was nothing. It's not like bridges are burnt or anything like that, or there's hard feelings or anything. It's doors open. There's timing. There's all kinds of things involved, and like you said, we knew a couple things where it'd be like, oh yeah, we would probably like this better on our boat, and we were able to make those adjustments to get a new boat, and just so happens that they wanted to work together. So, like I said, timing's right, everything's right. So that's just kind of how it came about. So yeah, when you made that post, people, what? You guys, what? Heads were exploding, or like, just what,
I thought you liked having a duck boat.
Yeah, you guys, what happened?
What's wrong with Gator Tail?
Yeah, none of that. There's nothing wrong with
No.
it. I don't think we'll ever be without a duck boat, ever.
No.
So it has nothing to do.
It come to the point now, Tom's, well, and this will never happen, but if you quit cold turkey, I'd be finding a way to get a duck boat, which I know that's not even an option, but it's just a game changer. Yeah. And really, we'll get into the details of the Prodrive right now. You don't have to have this nice of a deck boat, obviously. You really don't.
Yeah.
The whole factor is getting from point A to point B. That is what it is. It has nothing to do, like, if it wasn't for the Gator Tail. No, it's having a duck boat. Jake and Nathaniel and them have a little dinghy, 14-foot dinghy.
With a Johnson.
With the 15 Johnson on it, son.
Yeah.
And
now, is it seaworthy? On certain waters.
Anything over 20 knots and wind, probably not the greatest. V-hole.
Yeah. But hey, it gets you there. So, But anyways.
All right, let's do it. Let's talk about the details of the Prodrive.
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
The boat we got now is 1754. We decided to do a 1848. So, foot longer, a little bit narrower.
What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know.
Are you worried?
I'm not sure.
Are you a little concerned?
I don't know.
Concerned. That'd be the word. Are you a little bit is it in the back of your head a little bit? If we'll regret that or not.
I guess so.
It is mine too.
I guess so. the pros to that, it's lighter.
100 pounds.
Yeah, 100 pounds lighter.
From the 48 to the 54.
The only negative I could see as of right now is the boxes that Prodrive makes. They're only 54 is the smallest I think they make, right?
No, for the box, 48.
The cross box.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but we got the 54-inch box because a 48 doesn't fit. A gun won't fit.
Sorry. Right, and what gun won't fit? I think he said you got to have a 26-inch barrel. No joke. What? Yes, that was.
What is wrong with you?
It causes cancer if you hold it in.
Nothing anymore.
Nothing anymore. Yeah, no, it's a. We got the 54-inch box. They have a 48,
right?
Which could unclick, swing over, and do a crossways. Now we can't do that because we got a 48-inch wide with the 54.
Right.
And he did not like that. KP, there's a few things we did in this boat where details will give you. He is not.
He didn't like.
He questioned it like twice.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that. And
yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we will. Honestly, maybe we will. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's a question I have in my brain.
The box.
Mm-hmm.
No, the width of the boat, because the box we already know we want.
Well, yeah.
Because then we can stick our guns in there in the cases, and not have to take them out.
It's more storage. It's more storage. So we'll have more storage in this boat than we did on the last one, because in our heads last time we had the gun box for our guns.
That was it.
And whatever little small items. But
which our guns, we didn't put our guns in there, by the way.
Right. So our guns were not in there.
This
one will have the pod in the back, so there'll be storage there. There'll be storage on the front deck, and our guns can go in the side box, plus probably some more storage.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely have. I mean, we're getting a whole side box, so that will be more storage.
Mm-hmm.
The tanks, fuel tanks, we're gonna have 2 6-gallon tanks, and I already mentioned it. It's just kind of it's not a. I don't know if fail-safe's the right word. It's just know where you're at. Mm-hmm. So, hey, I ran the first tank bone dry.
Going one way down the river.
Yeah, we've been scouting.
It's time to turn around.
We've been scouting. If you
that would be a long ways though.
If you ran, if you're in a new area and you're kind of scouting different stuff, you have enough to get back, but hey, I can't push it anymore. So I do like that. There's a dedicated battery box for a trolling motor, and that's different than.
And this is just what we're adding, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could have that in our Gator Tail, but this is stuff we're adding.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do all the same stuff on
Yeah.
Gator Tail. I'm just saying
That's
what
we did
different.
This time, yeah.
So we put a battery box and it's going to come pre-wired. So if you just have to throw on a trolling motor and plug it in right there. So obviously that's not really for duck hunting, but that's just more overall use if we want to take it out and go fish, in the summer or whatever. If you got a boat, why not use it a little bit more? Mm-hmm. You're making payments on it all year. But
let's backtrack real quick. You're kind of going through this fast. Why we did what you did on that one, but why we did what we did. Why did we go more narrow? I mean, I have some things in my head.
That was kind of you, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was lighter, but other than that, that was kind of on you.
Well, one of my other reasons is last year is already last year now, but I guess 2021-22 season, when we went with Kevin and we were going up and through the Toolies, we wedged. He could burn right through it, but he had to turn around because we couldn't go through because it was too wide. Mm-hmm. So I just thought it's sleeker. We can cut through a little bit more stuff. That's not a huge reason to do something like that, but just little tweaks. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think. I feel like there was another reason to go more narrow. Well, lighter. That you already said that. 100 pounds lighter, which is crazy. It's that much difference. It's just nice to have a lighter boat. I feel like if you can. Yeah, you can get that speed up or replace it with, man, there was something else. I can't remember. Think of the life of me why I thought that. I guess we're just trying it out.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no crazy reason besides weight and, getting through stuff. That I guess that's the two biggest reasons, which could be big factors, honestly. So, anyways, back to you with the trolling motor. What'd you have next after the trolling motor hookup and all that? We got the HydroTurf again.
Yeah, I already talked about the rear pod and the gun box. But yeah, HydroTurf, that's going to be the same. I mean, it'll be a different color. I think this is a solid color instead of camo.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a nice tannish brown kind of. I've seen it in person, actually. A friend just got a brand new one. It's nice. It's really nice. It's actually really clean. In fact, it's almost like, and I've told you this, I'm like, we're going to mess that up, probably, with the mud and just, because I don't know, once duck season starts, I am kind of like someone that likes stuff clean after a hunt, but at the same time, it's like we're hunting, just clean it after season. But when something's really nice looking, see the turf we had in this boat is camo, so nothing really stood out. I'm wondering if that's gonna, but it looks sick though. It looks really nice, super slick.
I think it'll be fine.
It probably will. And that's crazy how tough that stuff is, dude. We've dropped some heavy, sharp things on that, and it didn't do nothing to it.
No, it's legit. You gotta get it.
Here's a thought. Let me bring this in off your list if it's not on there. The fact it's a raised bottom because they built the bottom over top those cross members. We're losing. I don't know how much it is, but we are losing depth. What do you think about that? I mean, I like not tripping over that thing, but if you're hunting out of a blind in the boat, I've heard guys say, "Oh, you're sitting kind of high." I don't think we don't like we don't want to have the blind if we don't have to. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Personally,
I'm not
because we don't have to.
I guess
Let me rephrase that, because we don't have to.
Right.
I know in some states the water's too deep, you don't have an option, or it's too muddy and sticky. You can't. You have to hunt out of the boat.
Yeah.
But we don't have to, so why do it? If you don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, it is comfortable. That's a whole nother conversation. There's pros and cons. I'm not super stoked about hunting out of the boat. I guess as long as if you can hunt out of your boat and have a really good, blind and good cover, and it's a good spot and all that.
That's cool.
That is nice. I do like that. So I guess I shouldn't say I don't like hunting out of it, but we just don't try to. We don't usually need to. Some spots you can't. Some spots you have to. You know what I mean? It really depends on the spot. So that's just going to vary depending on where you hunt and where you're at and all that stuff. But I don't. It don't matter one way or the other to me as far as like if we didn't have to put a blind on the boat, it would never hurt my feelings. It would not hurt my feelings to not hunt out of the boat because you can still take all your stuff. I mean, your boat can still haul all your extra stuff that you wouldn't pack in. If you want to take whatever you want to take, however many decoys you want to take, your dogs, your food, whatever. Like the sky's the limit. You're not packing it on your back. So,
right.
Anyways, I don't know. I guess I lost track on that one.
Just the bottom, the built-in raised bottom of the boat.
I don't think that will.
I think it'll be nice.
Yeah.
I don't think having that extra depth, 2-3 inches, whatever it is, 4 max, I guess. I don't think it's that much. I think it's 2. I think those pieces of metal they put in there is like 2x2s, I think. But I think it's going to be nice. I never thought, I'm tripping over this thing all the time. But you do catch it on your foot, but it's not a game changer. Some people gripe about that. I've heard them griping, Gator Tail.
It's just a little thing.
It's just a little thing. That's
just
all
a little thing. What else? The timber deck is going to be different.
That is the thing, yeah. And you haven't seen it in person.
Not in person, no.
It's pretty small.
Small, yeah. Pretty much enough for 1 foot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
well, I don't want to exaggerate that, dude. I mean, that'd be for one. I mean,
you could stand on it.
Yeah, you could put both feet on it.
But it's definitely smaller than Gator Tails.
Yeah. But that being said, what I do like about it is it's not all this wasted space back behind the boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, even though we're narrower, I think we're going to feel like we have more room because of
the actual boat.
Because of the design of that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And plus we're going a foot longer, right?
Yeah.
So a foot longer, plus we're getting more space because the timber deck is
not as big,
not as big. So
yeah. I
think it's going to feel quite a bit.
I'm pretty sure the measurements
bigger
on the deck is longer because of that length. So yeah. Yeah, but you know what? We'll probably do an update.
Yeah.
At the end of the season,
honest review,
halfway through. Yeah, you guys know us. I mean, we just call it like it is. I mean, we're trying to sell a boat, and we're telling you what we don't like about. I mean, there's no reason to hide things. It's not like I will never buy a Gator Tail again stuff. It's just
we kind of skipped this a little bit, but yeah. One thing we said we liked was the speed of the Gator Tail.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm not super stoked about the Gator Tail, it does slide a lot.
Yeah.
It does slide a lot. And what was it? Which way turning? Was it turning?
It's left.
Turning left. Sucker does not like to turn left. It don't.
Well, it turns, but it wants to keep. Yeah, you mean sharp. It just don't turn sharp left.
Right. You can turn sharp right. Turning left. I mean,
I'll be the first to say we're new at driving those, and after we learned about trimming down in turns to grab better, is a big factor.
Even with that, it doesn't turn extremely sharp.
Well, it don't because it's a flat bottom, but I could have made it out of there if I would trim down probably.
I could be wrong, but we don't have it yet. I've rode in a Prodrive.
Oh, dude.
And I feel like the thing just turns like a bullet.
It does. But you know why though?
Could be wrong.
Because a Gator Tail is a straight flat bottom. It's straight flat and then straight up 90 degrees. It's either double or triple chine on the Prodrive, and I've seen it with my own eyes. It's got like 2 or 3 ridges that help that grab when you go to turn. So that is a big plus. I'm excited about having that maneuverability to turn really sharp. Because that old boy, when she starts going, sliding, man, she's going. Which guys that know how to drive, unlike me, I'll throw myself under the bus, they like that. There's a reason why they do that, right? But
that's not a make or break.
No.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just bringing out what our experiences with it. I mean, it's like you're running a tight river and you're not a pro at driving one of those.
Yeah.
You're slipping and sliding, son. And I think I got better.
We might have to adjust our driving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're so used to it now.
Yeah. And from what I've heard, again, this is tons of conversation with guys that have tons of experience. They're saying driving a Prodrive is like driving an outboard almost, just the way it's set up. Those guys aren't fighting nowhere near as hard. It's a workout. When we first got our Gator Tail, I remember the first time driving that thing. I didn't say it out loud maybe, but in the back of my head, I'm like, son, you get up and you drive that thing. You don't this ain't no walk in the park. And that's not, I don't even think about it anymore. This whole last season never even fazed me.
Yeah.
But I think if your mindset is going to it, like I'm just going to sit here and chill. If you're working like straight shot, of course, it's chill. But you're working a sharp corners and river, you better stand up and get ready to work that thing.
It's an active drive.
Yeah.
It's an active drive.
Whereas every Prodrive guy I've seen driving don't look like they're putting no effort in because it's more just like an outboard. It's kind of I don't know, the handling there. I know some boat pros on here rolling their eyes, probably annoyed by our terminology and how we describe things. That's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah. Call me a rookie, call me whatever you want, but I'm just putting it in layman's terms how anybody would describe that. So speaking of the motor, I think they announced it. I don't think it's no big secret, but we are getting the motor with the instant reverse. Is that a make or break again? No. I do like the full power reverse. So they have the forward, the low end turns all the way around, and you have full power reverse. As much power as you got going forward, you have it backwards, and you have the instant reverse to where when that prop is facing to drive forward, you can click that, and it'll, what did someone call it? The dock reverse or something? Like, you don't need it at all technically, it's a nice little feature.
It's nice to have.
And that's what our Gator Tail is, and we like it. I like it. And I mean, but when we got stuck one time, and again, this is like having 4-wheel drive to me, okay? People, it's like they want this big fancy truck, and you say, does it have 4-wheel drive? No. It's like, what's the point? Like, oh, I never use it. Like, well, what about when you do need it? Then you're a host. And so like this, do you have to have full power reverse? No. But there is a few times I can think of, I wish we would have had it. One of them was, and again, we got out in 5 minutes. It wasn't a big deal. Kevin was in front of us, and we were behind him. We got wedged.
Oh.
And he did the full power reverse, flipped the lower end around, ripping out there, no problem. You might as well just start pushing. You ain't, that little reversing can do jack if you're wedged in there. Whereas Kevin's did. So, I mean, that is a nice feature.
Oh, yeah. No, that's huge. But, I mean, I do like the instant reverse on the boat. And
that's
like
new for them.
I do like having the full power reverse.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to be an upgrade.
That's a big deal. And I'm glad they have the instant reverse because that's brand new this year, 2023. So that's going to be really cool. I guess I better not say that, but they do have something else coming out next year. It's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be super hot, but I don't know if it's going to be good the first year. When something new comes out, the first year, it's always kind of... Actually, guys are concerned about this. The
instant reverse.
Because there's a few more little gadgets they had to do on that. So I'm kind of curious. We're going to be the guinea pigs, I guess. But our motor on this one's camoed. We got the camo paint on this one. We had our black on Gator Tail. Whatever.
We're putting a seat with a back on it.
On that pod, the driving pod. Do you like that? I think I like how you sit at a 45. I think it's more comfortable to drive like that, where you're kind of at 45 looking forward with your arm back, rather than standing straight forward and reaching back. Right? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I think it'll be nice. I mean, you could either sit back, like sit kind of far back on that bench, and the handle will be right next to you. But like if you're standing and you have a hand on the grab bar, the handle is, that's not like you can't do it, but it's definitely back here a little bit. Yeah, and I've seen guys on the Prodrive, and it's more kind of when you're sitting at a 45, your hand is here in front of you, and your head is kind of at a 45. Your hand is like right in front of you. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit more comfortable, I think.
What do they call that? PG&E when you're in the desk.
Ergonomic.
It's more ergonomic.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We'll
see.
Yeah. We're just telling you what we do have. That's different. So that's a pod, which is really cool. That's a cool box. We weren't going to put the chair. You're the one that said, let's do it. I think we questioned it. We were just going to sit straight on the pod with the HydroTurf on it. I think you're the one that maybe said, let's just do the seats. So I'm glad we did. And they changed their seats. It's not the one brand. Millennium, it's a different brand now. Curious to see how that is. And then I do like how it's all open in the back. If you need to work on anything, it's right there. Which Gator Tail is too if you don't have that gun box on there. So whatever. It's not a big deal. But that is nice.
The trailer.
Yes. The trailer aluminum. Very nice, dude. Those are nice trailers. They're expensive.
Yeah, this one's going to be aluminum versus steel.
I think that trailer's $3,600.
Yeah. So that'll
lit
help
up.
with towing.
It's lit up for lights going back. Oh, and it's got the 2 white PVCs kind of line you up when you're backing up, which is really nice.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what you call those either.
I don't either. Guides. Probably guides.
Or something. On the trailer.
It's got some really cool lights on the side that lit up with Prodrive orange. It's a nice trailer.
We put a spud kit on this one.
Yes, dude. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's clutch. I'm excited about that, actually.
Yeah.
I forgot. I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
I'm really excited about that feature, to be honest with you. One of the most, because it will have it in the front right corner and the back left corner. Because some guys just get one, but I feel like 2 is.
What's it hurt?
It
don't hurt nothing. Yep.
Stick those puppies in, dude. Instead of your boat drifting down the river, slap those things in, hold it where you want it. Don't have to tie it off or anchor it, which, I mean, I'm sure we'll still will, but.
Yeah. Well, depending where you're at. If it's all rocks, you're probably not going to use it. But if you're in sand or mud.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's some spots I don't even know if we could.
Right in.
Those would even go in the ground, but. Yeah, dude, I forgot about it. There's something else. Don't we have something else on the side?
That's also going to be nice for hunting. Like if we're hunting out of the boat too.
Yes.
You know.
We could have used that this floodwaters.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be nice. That's going to be
because they're long. I think they're like 5 foot or 6. They're 5 foot or 6 foot. I can't remember how tall. They're pretty long. Yeah, dude, I forgot about that. I don't know. I forgot that. And I love how it just clips into the side. Pops in. Nice little rubber dills pops in. Super nice.
Yeah.
Other thing is the lights.
Oh, yeah. What is it? The Rooster Lights, and we got inside lights this time.
Yeah, interior lights.
We got green lights.
Yeah. We actually said white, and then I don't know what made us. Probably me. Thomas is pretty easy going. I don't know.
Overthinking everything.
Well, I fly at night. And the best lights are red and green, which they say now green's even better than red. Because red, it gives you a weird, you're basically trying to save your night vision. And half the time when you drive, you're going in the morning, right? And white, I just thought, you know how it is when you're staring at that bright white light and then you go to look in the darkness, you can't see a thing. So I thought, I seen it on a video. That's what helped too, is Prodrive posted a video on their Instagram. They're backing it. I'm like, okay, I like that. And so we got the interior lights, and I feel like it's something, maybe not. I don't think we'll never be driving with them on very often, but I think we will. And if we do, it's not going to affect your vision. Because we were so many times, guys, like, turn your light off. Like, guy in the boat with you when you're going somewhere has a stupid flashlight, and he blinds you when you're trying to drive. It really affects you.
Yeah.
I've seen, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like a Christmas tree out there a lot of times either.
No.
So that's kind of why I was like, white's probably maybe a little bright. I mean, obviously you got to have headlights. I mean, sometimes you can drive without them on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to have them. Fog, it's almost worse to drive with them on.
Yeah, it is.
Full moon, you don't need them really. But you got to have them. Obviously, those are going to be white. But if you're going to get roosters or interior, we're going to try it.
Yeah.
We might like it, we might not.
Yeah,
we
might never switch them on.
So, yeah. Yep.
And those rooster lights, the other big thing I'm really excited about is there's 2 reasons I want those rooster lights. Number 1 is to see the rooster, not for show or anything like that, but, and this is a piddly reason, but it's our boat. I want to see the height of that rooster, because I would shine my light back a lot of times. I mean, most of the time you get it right because once you drive it long enough, you have the sound and the feel, and you can tell when you're on plane. But I like to see the height of that rooster because I kind of know where I'm at on plane. Like I said, you kind of can get used to it without even that anymore, or just go by RPMs on the motor. I think our RPMs are going to be on the backside of that now, though. So it's super minuscule, minor reason. It's just a feature I like to try out. And they're little, and there wasn't much to add on. The other reason is, and now this is a good feature, is backing the boat in. It lights the whole, when you're backing up in there,
when you're launching.
Yeah, when you're launching, you can see everything. Like, really good. So, from what I see in the picture, it could totally pushed it out.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
We didn't do exterior. I can't think in my head why you would need it. Maybe guys that fish, that's probably what it is, spear fishing or bow fishing maybe. I'm not really sure, but we didn't see any need. Maybe we'll get that on the next one. I don't know, but there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Thomas is about checking out on me here.
We're coming up on our hour mark. If you stay this long, God bless you. I'm trying to think. I think we covered everything.
Well, the same. And lastly, we got the control box. If you just get the pod without the tiller handle, it's right there down by your leg. But since we got the tiller handle, the box, you'll have the tiller handle up here and the control box right there, which I kind of think I like that better than looking down like this and hitting it. It's going to be right down there. and you'll control all your lights and control everything right there in front of you. Whereas Gator Tail was back behind you, and the lights would be dark, and you couldn't never see what you're pushing. They're lit, and it has the cup holder.
Oh, nice. No, yeah, that'll be nice. It'll be in front of you. Gator Tail's got their Bluetooth little module on the back, like so behind you, and once you hit the power button, all of them light up, but not until you hit that. So do these stay lit the entire time? The entire time the boat's on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll be nice.
Which now I'm thinking we're pulling more power than we were in this last one. But I mean, they're LED strip lights. Those other ones, I don't think it's gonna pull anything. So, anyways, I think that covers it. Yeah. So we're gonna pick it up soon, and that's answers hopefully all the questions. I guess if anybody else has anything more, or you are interested in the boat, if it doesn't get bought by the time, I might have to deal with this for a while. Maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot because it could be sold and I have to keep. But anyways, it's not a small purchase, so I don't think just everybody's gonna be trying to buy this boat. But you can email midvalleymercenaries@gmail.com. You can Instagram message me, or even on Facebook message Mid Valley Mercenaries, or yeah, that's good. That's plenty. I'm not giving any more than that. So, all right, guys. Thanks for listening in, and Thomas, thanks for joining me on this podcast. We'll see you guys in the next one.